Hello there and welcome back to my channel. For today's Vlogmas video, I have recruited Billy, aka Mr. Pocketful of Primary, for a holiday Q&A. See what I did there?
I did. Is this my first sit down with you with glasses?
I think it might be. I was gonna say, when was the last video we did together? I think it was pre-wedding, and you didn't have them.
in January.
Yeah, so.
I can actually see the camera.
Okay, we're gonna jump right into it. I pulled 10 questions from Instagram. Billy doesn't know what they are, but they're all holiday related. So the first one is from Carrie Ellis 17. What's your favorite thing about the holidays?
Ooh, I love the food. I love the excuse that you get to eat, and gain 5-10 pounds, which is always nice.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say like when it actually snows around Christmas, but now that we live in Texas, that probably won't happen. We'll see. You never know. The football that happens around Christmas.
Intercepted! Right here. Give it to me. Phillips, give me the ball. Okay, give me the ball.
Priorities, okay.
Okay.
For me, I would say just kind of like the change of routine. You know, you put up decorations. I have a box of like winter Christmassy clothes that I wear. You typically do maybe some traveling, visiting family. You watch like different movies, and so things are just different. And I like kind of the change of routine.
You love routine.
Food. I do love routine, but I also love when the routine like changes.
When you get a new routine.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Next one is Mavian Rose 12 wants to know, favorite Christmas gift you got as a kid?
I can tell you from my parents' point of view, the worst one they gave me was my paintball gun. I wanted a paintball gun so bad, and I think I used it twice. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to compete with the PlayStations and the Xboxes.
Okay.
I mean, when we got the PS2, it was like life-changing. We could play Spyro whenever we wanted.
Spyro was quality.
We had Frogger.
Yep.
We had Crash Bandicoot.
Yes, that was a good one.
PlayStation 2 was the best.
I think we're going with PlayStation 2.
Is that enough PlayStation games? Okay.
I would say my Barbie car.
Celebrate later.
Barbie Sunjammer car from Power Wheels by Fisher-Price. Adult supervision required. Phone batteries not included.
I specifically remember the year that I got it. It was the last thing I opened. My parents had put the little plastic key that comes with it that doesn't do anything in a box, and that was the last thing I opened. And I remember them prompting me saying, where would you put a car? And I'm like, the driveway. And they're like, try again. I'm like, the side of the road, a parking lot. And finally my sister just yelled out, she's like, it's in the garage. And went out, it had like a big red bow on it, and I rode that thing. Like the battery wouldn't last very long. It would last for like 10-15 minutes, and then I'd be like moving at literally a snail's pace like down the driveway, but that was a quality
Those
gift.
are all good answers, by the way. Driveway.
Yes, I think so
by the
too.
Sidewalk, like those are all legit places.
I know. E Howell 22 wants to know favorite Christmas tradition. Now, I'm gonna warn you, there are 2 more holiday tradition related ones. So like if you had to pick just your favorite tradition.
I love the Christmas Eve Chinese food and the Santa Claus, which is really Tim Allen's only good movie he's ever made. There's something about Christmas Eve Chinese food. And you have the excuse to eat as much as you possibly want.
A little weight? Does this look like a little weight to you?
I would agree that that's my favorite tradition. Ironically, that's something that Billy did growing up, like eating Chinese food on Christmas Eve. I don't think you necessarily watched the Santa Claus. I also always had Chinese food on Christmas Eve. And so when we found out that that was something we had in common, it's something we kept up. And then we kind of added on to it that we watched the Santa Claus.
What do you typically order for Chinese?
Either sesame chicken or sweet and sour chicken.
Okay.
And then pork fried rice and wonton soup. Those are like my go-tos.
That's a pretty good order.
You like General Tso's chicken?
General Tso's chicken, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the crab rangoons with the cream cheese.
Those are quality. Nothing like some fake crab meat.
Imitation, not fake. Imitation. Yeah. It's a big difference.
The next one, Amanda.offc wants to know, what is a holiday tradition from each side of the family that you have continued?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, so obviously the Chinese food is something we had in common. I know a tradition from my side that we've continued is Christmas morning. I make sausage, biscuits, and gravy. SBG is what we call it. And drinking cran apple juice with it.
Along those same lines, I always, as a kid, had cinnamon rolls for Christmas, and we have kept that as part of the Christmas Eve tradition.
That is
so I
true.
think that counts.
Yeah. I
Okay.
love that all of our traditions are food related.
Well, it goes back to the first question and my
Yeah.
answer. You get to eat whatever you want, not feel guilty.
One more tradition related question.
Awesome.
Gully beef or gully beef 12. What special holiday traditions have you and Billy created together? So the only one that comes to mind for me is the whole getting matching jammies to wear on Christmas Eve night. That's something I never did growing up, but I would always hear about people like opening up a present on Christmas Eve. It was always a pair of jammies, and I always wanted that. I thought it was adorable, so we've started doing that together. In fact, these were last year's Christmas jammies.
I like that tradition.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I think that's one of the only...
I mean, let's be
that we've
honest.
created
It's
together.
like the one time of year I actually have separate clothes to go to bed in.
Yeah.
It's kind of an excuse to do it, so.
Nikki_Damcott44. What are your favorite holiday food/drinks?
Well, let's pivot away from what we've already mentioned.
Yeah.
For Christmas Day dinner, you gotta have a prime rib.
Yeah.
You gotta have a prime rib, slow roasted with some au jus, maybe a little horseradish,
Okay.
maybe a garlic crust on top. I mean, that's certainly what I look forward to
Okay.
the most.
We
is prime rib.
typically would go to my parents' house for Christmas dinner. My dad would always make a huge prime rib. He would typically send us a picture of it like in advance, and so I'd show Billy. What about drinks?
Well, if my mom watches this, she always made us have cold duck, the like wine, almost like the Martinelli's. Is it Martinelli's?
The like cider stuff?
Yeah, is that the company
Yeah.
Martinelli? That's like the cider non-alcoholic kind of stuff. The cold duck, I don't even know what it is. Google it. Cold duck is like a slightly alcoholic version. It's not very good, to be
I was
honest.
gonna say it's really gross.
And it's not something you and I do together.
No,
but it's
I had it
when-
one time with your mom, and I was like, never again, never again.
It's one time, you know,
Yeah.
it's part of Christmas.
Okay, besides that, things you actually enjoy drinking.
Well, I enjoy the Martinelli's. Is it Martinelli's?
I'm pretty sure.
Are we sure it's Martinelli's?
I'm gonna search
Google
it.
that real quick.
Yeah, Martinelli's.
Martinelli's. Okay. They have like a monopoly on not cider. It's not cider.
It's sparkling
It's like
juices.
yeah, it's like a sparkling drink. It's like what you had as a kid instead of wine.
Yeah.
You would get Martinelli's.
Although I still typically have that at Thanksgiving. Even now, I don't drink a lot of alcoholic beverages, so I still enjoy a Martinelli sparkling grape juice.
Gotta have some hot chocolate.
Yeah, I was
At
gonna
some
say
point you
hot
have to have hot
chocolate
chocolate.
and eggnog. We both like eggnog.
Yeah.
For me, that's my beverages, hot chocolate. I do like eggnog, cran apple juice. But for food, I like just the different themed snacks and things that you find at the grocery store that you don't find otherwise.
Well, you know I also love my honey baked ham.
Yeah, you like a good honey baked ham.
Big ham with a little brown sugar glaze on top.
Just meat in general.
Yeah, that's all you need. It's part of the Christmas spirit.
AceLoop1110 wants to know best holiday memory together.
Ace Loop 111 must have been taken, so he just added the zero at the end.
I would say when we first got a tree together. I feel like that was a
Okay.
big step. It was when we first had an apartment together and we like got our first tree and decorated it.
You have to also include in this, however, when we started dating.
There's a question coming on that.
Oh, should I not jump ahead?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Actually, that's the next question, so we'll go there now.
Let's go there.
Tara Jones, WB, first gifts you gave each other for Christmas.
All right, well, the first thing I gave you was I dropped off at where you were working at the time, some gifts. Stuffed animal.
Uh-huh.
Was it Eeyore?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a couple other items.
Protein bars.
Protein
and a
bars. More
card.
stuff that you had mentioned, and I got cookies.
Okay, there's a backstory here, and we need to go there.
Let's go.
We met December 7th at a ugly sweater party, and we went on our first date like a week or 10 days later. So we go on a date, we had a great time. I then went home because it was winter break in college. During that time, we spoke on the phone several times for like 3-4 hours at a time. So we really got to know each other and things were going well, but we had only gone on one date. I then come home 3 days after Christmas. It was December 28th. I went straight from home to work because I had to work that day. And I get to work and there's been a gift dropped off for me. And yeah, it was protein bars in Eeyore because on the phone, Billy had asked what my favorite Disney character was. which is so random. It was sweet though. And the card, and it was adorable. Obviously it worked, like we're still together. I will say it was almost like, all right, this dude's a little much. Like we went on one date and then he's dropping off things at my work. It was just, it all worked out in your favor.
It means I plan ahead.
Yes, no, it was great. I'm just saying.
Oh, I have a B, but okay, we'll skip B.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I brought him from home. I had gotten him a card and I had home-baked cookies. And he always makes fun of me because he's like, I got you a gift and you just got me cookies, but they were baked with love.
They were good cookies.
Yeah.
Did you bake them?
Yes, I personally baked them. But anyway, we started dating officially that night, so it obviously worked out.
And I put that as like our best holiday Christmas memory because it's our origin story.
Okay. Emily08 wants to know, what is the best Christmas gift you got from Billy? What was the best Christmas gift you got from Michelle? So like all time. I know mine. I'm starting this one.
Go ahead.
The Christmas before we got engaged, so it was Christmas of 2018, he themed my gift as a way to let me know that we were going to Amsterdam, which I do not like surprises. So that also meant telling me that we were going to get engaged. So he themed all of the gifts to be like clues that we were going to Amsterdam. So he got me Dutch Blitz, which he just randomly found on Amazon. Like we didn't know what it was. And now it's one of our favorite games. We actually played it last night. You got me a mug it was Van Gogh. It was a Van Gogh mug, but his ear was like the handle on it. And wouldn't his ear like disappear when you filled it with hot beverages?
Yep. So hot water, hot beverage. His ear like on the mug would disappear. Great gift. Great gift.
And then a copy of Anne Frank's diary. And then at the end, the reveal, it was in an envelope and it said, I propose we go to Amsterdam. Which again, I don't like surprises, so I wanted to know. That was definitely my favorite. Like it was creative and it fit like the trip and yeah.
Well, my favorites have been like the collages that you've put together.
Okay.
And I did that for you one year.
Yeah.
Several years ago. But we sort of got into this flow of like, you do a collage or like a photo project and then I do it and then it goes back to you.
Yeah. Kim_Allen531. How do you split celebrating the holidays with each other's families?
Well, this year's different, but back when we were still in Maryland, we would be at home Christmas Eve, do all of our Christmas Eve traditions. We would wake up, exchange gifts between you and I, have breakfast, and then, midday head towards my mom, who was in Salisbury. And then for quote unquote dinner, we would hit your parents on the way back. And it really worked out well.
We would do like a brunch with his mom. It was really at like lunchtime and then dinner with my parents. I don't know what we're doing this year. We're staying in Texas. We're not traveling because we're going to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving. But I don't know when we're seeing your mom and everything. We haven't figured that out yet.
We'll figure that out. But my guess is, we're obviously going to go have dinner with your parents.
Yeah, because my parents now live in Texas. Scottish Blue Eyes. How do you guys feel about your first Christmas in Texas? Will snow be missed?
No. By the way, it was like 55 today. And we're freezing. We're freezing.
We've adjusted well.
We purposefully moved south to get away from the cold. And 55 is now what 35 used to be.
And honestly, though, I mean, I know December is a little bit different, but when we were here in February, it snowed and it was a huge ice storm. So you never know. Like, it's not impossible for it to snow here in Texas, but it didn't snow on Christmas that often in Maryland like every once in a while, but it wasn't super common. So no, snow will not be missed. It is weird being away from like his mom. That's going to definitely change the dynamic.
My sister.
And your sister.
She's there too. And my sister.
And your sister. But we're excited to be in a new place, able to kind of create our own like new traditions here and everything.
You're excited to decorate the house.
I'm excited to decorate, yeah.
Are there any questions about that?
No.
Okay.
That was it. So hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. If you want Billy to be in a few more videos, we're going to be doing a whisper challenge, kind of redemption from a few years ago. But I still have a few more Vlogmas videos to plan out. So leave any comments with ideas that you have. As always, thank you for watching. I love you so much.
Oh, don't forget to put your positive pants on. Sorry, you caught me off guard. I'm a little rusty.
And we'll catch you in the next one.